okay, what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll make you look at it a lot different.
I'm already a picky eater already, so no.
It's gonna like I love a barbecue pork chop. I still love a barbecue pork chop. But after that, like I only.
Let me get started. I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna get started right here now.
I don't believe it
because we already live, so it's hard to get them to shut up. Welcome. It's Nail Talk Lately right here on BeExposedRadio.com. It's Tuesday, May the 19th. We still are locked down. I think. Couldn't tell from outside. Traffic is back. Let's get started with my train of thought right here because I wrote it down. I don't want to forget it again. Pelosi. So, not just Pelosi, because they already passed the bill that's going to take this $3 trillion in new aid to the Senate to be approved. So you might as well scrap that. It's not going to happen anytime soon because they're already saying that they don't want to do it now that everything's starting to open, as if people are still hurting. They don't want to extend your unemployment past July, so that $600 will eventually go away. You'll probably get the regular amount going forward, but that extra $6, July looks like that might be it for you.
I really don't understand why they don't believe it. I was watching like clips on YouTube and like people are partying again in Atlanta, and they just had a party down not too far from me off of 25th. Like, people don't believe it, and you keep hearing these numbers where 2,500 new cases, 1,700 new cases are like coming back. And the scary part, like the places like California where people are doing what they're supposed to do in other countries, once they get out of lockdown, they're going to mingle with these people. People will be traveling again, and they're going to get sick all over again. Mm-hmm. I don't get why people don't believe it. Like, are you stupid?
Yes.
But now that it's back and open back up, now it's like the masks are gone, the gloves are gone. People are not really sanitizing and doing what they was doing in the beginning. So now it's like, are you serious? The parties are everywhere, like you said. So it's to the point where now the police and the helicopters have to come and break it up.
Let me tell you how embarrassing that was the other night. I was on a really important interview. Like, it was an interview, and it was a bunch of us on it. And it was probably like 7-something at night, 8. And I could hear the helicopters outside. I could barely understand what they were saying. And then when I caught it, everybody on the live, like, what is that noise? And I'm like, I'm sorry, there's a helicopter outside. And then it got closer to where
Baltimore. That's what you should have said. Typical Baltimore.
I mean, we were all in Baltimore, but you could hear it. Like, it got closer to my house, and it was repeating something order is still in effect. Please practice social distancing. Like, the fact that it has to have a helicopter running around the city, reminding people that he never lifted he didn't lift it. It's still in effect.
Right.
It is still in effect. But people don't get that.
I live at in Howard County, we're open. Phase 1. We're not open. So the order has been lifted for us, but I'm still wearing my mask. I went out today with the mask on. The people are still practicing social distancing and wearing their mask.
It's not open where we're at.
Where you go?
Where did I go?
Mm-hmm.
I went to the store.
Oh, something that you would do during quarantine? Something that you would do during quarantine, or you went shopping?
No, I just went to the store to pick up just some soap, deodorant, just Tupperware, things like that.
You got some essentials, so you still acting as if you were on quarantine.
Yeah, I had my mask on.
Yeah, so we can't count you with the people that went out.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about the
Yeah.
people who went out, got dressed,
Who was outside
like they
on
were
bikes and
partying.
on motorbikes, like on the middle of Park Heights, and
It's just like as soon
Everybody
as they
riding
said it
around
was
in
Oh
those
no, I'm
open,
not
little
one of those people.
who's
no,
gang.
as soon as they said it was open, the party started. I mean, I went into the gas station to pump gas. Nobody had a mask on but me. Nobody had gloves on but me.
Talking about them
Like,
kind of people.
yeah,
I
party
remember
started.
in the beginning of this, I felt weird putting on a mask. Like it just felt weird because it wasn't
Yeah,
normal. Now,
yeah.
before I go out, I gotta go through a whole phase of brushing down my hair and putting on my mask, and I got another like thin one that I put on first, and it's like a
Oh
whole
yeah,
process.
so it's got to
I
cover up.
put a headband on, my hoodie on, and people just don't like. It's still people out there that don't practice it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't imagine people not. I honestly, I don't even want to go back outside. I've sucked it up and said when it gets my better judgment and started ordering stuff from Amazon because I just can't imagine bumping into somebody or having to get into an argument again because I've already had to get in an argument with somebody at the market because she was too close. Like, miss, let me finish and then you can be right here, like right
Oh
here.
God.
She wanted some of that Nate space.
Hey, she was like I could hear her chewing her gum. That's how close she was.
Oh my
Oh
God.
And I
gosh.
was like, what, miss? Like, they got stickers on the ground. We don't even got to imagine 6 feet. It's on the ground now. I just,
Ma'am, back up.
yes.
Give me 6 feet.
And I was willing, you know how you like, I ain't going to say nothing because, you know, I don't want to. In this moment, miss, I need you to back up because I can hear you popping. Like, but people I just feel like we go probably around like the middle of June, it's gonna be a bunch of cases back up again, and we're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
right back where
I
we
feel
were in
like
March.
give it to next weekend. It's gonna be so many cases. It's gonna be so
Everybody
many
that spent their
cases.
money on their new bikes and
Agreed.
Oh yeah, the barbershops is open, so everybody going in. I mean, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get worse before it even gets better because people are not really social distancing no more. If they're partying, they're not social distancing. Like, what are you doing?
you can start seeing it on social media. Like some of the people that are like the influencers, they starting to have parties. I just watched one with Nene, and she had all her ladies there. I said, y'all just don't give a fuck no more, do y'all? Y'all
They
just
don't. Nobody care. They hear open. They hear the state is open. The city is open. So that automatically means quarantine is over. I can party. No more gloves, masks. None of this. Like I still Lysol down everything. I still do the same as this. I am quarantined because I have small kids, so I can't afford to bring that back into my kids.
right. Yeah,
Regardless.
people not thinking about that.
No.
People not thinking about that at all.
Oh yeah, who they going to bring it back home to?
Their husbands, their wives, their kids, grandma, grandpa.
So, speaking of Pelosi, we were talking about this before the show got started. I just wanted to mention it out here now. Remember back when they were on an argument. Everybody was against Pelosi, and because she said, Donald Trump said that he didn't believe that she prayed for him. So you remember that. And my thing was that I don't understand. I didn't really understand why they was like, why that it was a lie. Like she wasn't. They don't believe that she would pray for him at night.
They just want something to say against Democrats.
But true. But my thing was like, why do you not think she was praying for him? I pray for him too.
Because they wouldn't have prayed for her. So it's hard to believe somebody can actually extend themselves in that way to you if you know you wouldn't do it at all.
But there's many different kinds of prayer. You know, prayer for you to have health and well-being. Prayer for you to stay away. You don't want bad people around you, so
yeah.
So why wouldn't she be praying for his not death or anything like that, but his demise? She could pray for that. That would be good for everyone else, right?
No.
No comment.
You can't.
No,
that prayer
that's
doesn't
not what
work
kind of
like
show
that.
this is. We got comments. What do you not like about what I just said? She could pray for him to be ousted. She
Because
could pray for him.
But she's not the only one.
get
She's not the only
convicted.
one. I'm sure there's so many other people out here that's praying for his demise or his death or whatever.
My point exactly. But my point is, why would you say she's not praying for her? Because she's not praying for the other stuff, but she's praying for what she wants or what
I
we
guess
need.
because
prayer
he
doesn't
probably
work
is the
like
most hated person,
Prayer
in
doesn't
the
look like
world.
what?
Huh?
Prayer doesn't work like that. You don't pray for someone's demise. You
Right.
don't pray for somebody to fall off a cliff. Actually, that can't.
He died. I didn't say anything. I changed my status on falling off the cliff and stuff. I'm talking about pray for him to be ousted. She could pray for him to leave office. She could pray for him.
She's probably
to jail. To pray for him. She could pray for him to stop being who he is.
Right. I think she's probably praying for him to.
But I think he has a mental illness. I do. I think he's mentally ill. That's what I believe. I believe
y'all giving him too much credit by saying that.
Pray for him to not have mental illness.
I think we're giving him too much credit. I don't think he's mentally ill, because that means he doesn't know what he's doing. I think
dementia.
he knows exactly
it's not mentally ill. It's dementia.
No, y'all giving him way too much credit. He's just stupid. It's no other reason to say he has.
Oh, you can have dementia and be stupid though.
Yeah, but that's disrespectful to people with dementia. Like, dementia is really a real illness.
Right, but you can have both. You can have that real illness and be dumb.
Well, if he has it, he has it. I wouldn't wish that he did, because I know what it does to you. But at the same time, he's just an evil person.
I do pray for it.
He's an evil. Please don't pray for it, because that kind of cancels out your prayer to pray for stuff like that.
I mean, look who you're talking to. I mean, you got who I am. you thought I believed it was going to work.
My God.
He forgot where he was, who else he was at. Again.
The man, I think, like I said, my personal opinion, the man is taking a drug that has killed 2 people and says he's just the picture of health. I think the man's got he's a little short of a tomato garden.
But that man ain't taking that medicine. Do you really believe he's taking that medicine?
I think he's that stupid too. I do believe he's that dumb too.
The person who is stupid are the people who are partnering with him and making that. Those are the dumb people who really think that people are going to rush out to get this medication. Now, the dumb people who would are very small compared to the rest of us who will not ever take that medication. Like, he's marketing, like he's always, in my mind, he's always trying to sell something. Like, he's always promoting himself. Like,
you'll take it?
I said, let him take it.
Oh, I thought you will take it.
That's not even a real medication. It's probably a placebo pill. It's not even.
Probably sugar pill.
Yeah, like, it's not even real medication.
I believe that too, because they treat them with kid gloves. Yeah, here you go.
Right.
Put the next to your Happy Meal.
I still think he's mentally ill. I still think something. The train is not going all the way to the station with him.
He's evil.
Never did. No one just says stuff out their mouth like that. Some people have a little bit of reserve.
No, evil people don't. Evil people don't.
He don't
have any type of chill with them. They don't.
But there never be every evil person would be on top right now with a soapbox that can scream and yell as loud as he can, and they can't. This is him.
Well, look who's in leadership. Like that is what happens.
Somebody throws at him, and then he tries to manipulate it into what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he won, because he got people to believe that Hillary was the wicked one, and he was the
savior.
That's what happened. Evil people have a gift of persuasion.
That's a good one.
Yes, Hitler, Stalin.
Yeah. They have that persuasive nature in them that they can fool people into believing. And that's why I don't believe in this. It's not new, but this generation of mudslinging. Like people don't even know what you believe. We know what you don't like. Nobody knows what you like anymore. Nobody knows who you're for and who you. But we always know who you're against. And that when that happens, you're promoting that. That's why I don't like sharing anything with Trump in it. I don't like sharing it because we're promoting him. And that's what happened when he won the election. We wasn't promoting Hillary or any of the other candidates. We were promoting him. All press is good press. That's a saying, and it's a lot of truth in that. That's the only face. So when people went to the polls, they just saw his face. People are lazy at the polls. I've seen people just go through without even thinking about it. But
well, I got a one of those absentee ballot votes in the mail yesterday.
Oh, I got mine today.
Yes, it's still sitting on my computer desk. It's still sitting on the desk because I didn't vote the last election, which I should have. Now that I look back in hindsight, 2020, but
block her, mute her.
I'm about to turn the mic off. You get ready to go on punishment.
Mute her, please.
Who me?
Yes, you want to finish? Go ahead. Continue.
What? What I was saying was I didn't vote and I should have voted.
No duh. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's still sitting on my computer desk.
Please vote.
And they made it as easy as possible.
Oh, I'm definitely going to vote. Definitely this time.
I can't reach mine right now because I want to find out if there's a prepaid postage envelope in it because it should be.
It is.
Yeah,
I believe it is. I haven't got mine yet.
It's in there.
It's a prepaid. Yeah, okay. Yes. It's the easiest process ever. Write your vote down and put it in the mailbox. And it's free. You don't got to go nowhere. I'm going to walk to the corner with pride.
You know, Bernie Sanders is on it. And I thought he was out of the
yeah, he is on it, but it was, everything was printed at the time. He dropped out. We never had a primary runoff. So the primary wasn't even over yet. But then Corona hit, and we didn't get a chance to vote in the primary before he dropped out.
Yeah, he could have probably did some numbers because a lot of people really love him. It's just
like I want everybody to know that just because we're going to vote, if you're voting for whoever, this isn't the end. Okay, you still got to vote for the mayor on election day. It's the primary.
I want this to be. I just want this dream to be over. Like this is crazy to me. And people just not smart enough to really formulate their own opinions. They're still going. I got caught in a argument with Rhonda today, and because she's ran out of this woman who posts stuff, who lives in the middle of
the one we were talking about the other day.
Yeah, and I typed it before I realized it. But
you said Rhonda Wimbish.
Yeah. And like she's running out of things to say because now she's sharing posts that she shared months ago. Like she don't even have anything new to say about Sheila Dixon. She just reposting stuff that she already posted. Like you don't have nothing new to say. So now they're making up all these different scenarios.
What's interesting is that there was a big article in the Baltimore Brew the other day about
you
saw that. Trying to list everything about Sheila Dixon's history and all this other kind of stuff. And the fact that she had a rich boyfriend and all this other kind of stuff like that. And that he was actually, he was a contractor for the city. That's how sometimes relationships happen at work. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay if she did something wrong. I'm not going to downplay that.
But a lot of this stuff was
happened at work.
It was a lot of this stuff was skewed truth. Because they talk about her apartment in New York,
that she was single.
Her daughter lived in that.
Man was around that she was going to, and he actually had a contract with the city, and he was her boyfriend.
But a lot of what they listed in there was skewed truths. Like they were.
I'm not even talking about the article. I was saying that a lot of that it was a lot of boyfriend words in it.
Yeah, but they were trying to say that's what my point was. Like they were trying to say a lot of the stuff that she had was because of this rich boyfriend, and subsequently he had a steak and
They went to New York. He was in New York, so she went to New York, and the room was $1,000.
No, it was about an apartment, but her daughter was going to school in New York. She had an apartment in her mother's name in New York. Like that, a lot of that
The
stuff.
part I heard was, the one part I read was that she went to the room that they stayed in, and at this hotel was $1,000 a night, and he paid for it.
Mm.
Okay,
I need one of them. Is he on sale?
What's your point?
That's the going rate for a hotel in New York.
Yes. Expensive.
Right. You ain't want her to stay in the hood. You're still not gonna stay in the hood.
I'm not gonna say I don't hate nepotism, but I do hate nepotism. And the part about, I did know about the Sister Janice thing, so.
But who not gonna try to find a way to get their family members jobs or their friends jobs? Like
that's all I was saying.
That's messed up.
That's dumb to me. That's how many of whatchamacallit acting Mayor Young's
but got jobs. What I said, my point was that there are already a lot of nepotism in Baltimore city government. Everybody's mother works there, and everybody's child works there.
That's true.
That's how they got in the door.
Yep.
Very easy.
That is very true. I know
a lot of family that works for this government. I know a lot of people that works for the government in all different industries.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying no names, but I do. Some of them are directors and so on and so forth. But now, like I already know, I got a lot of police officers, like most families in this damn city.
I got the criminals. I don't have a police officer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not the criminals.
The family wouldn't have a job if I didn't have my family.
I don't want to bring it down, but okay.
I mean, it's life.
So Johnson & Johnson is going to end selling baby powder, the talc-based baby powder in North America.
I thought they been
I saw that. I saw that today. They need to.
Stop. Now they're going to.
Because they lost the case.
Because that's the only place everywhere you go, there is powder on the shelf.
I swear I thought they been did that.
Nope.
No, they brought it up. People were suing them. It was like
right.
Yeah, 20,000 lawsuits. 20.
That's why I thought they been stopped it.
Mm-hmm. They had to lose first. They was waiting until they lost, and they ran out of the supply that they had already made. So they ain't want to I'm gonna throw all this away. I'm gonna sell this shit, and so we lose the case.
Jesus, I wish I could got in on that. I used that.
I mean, we shouldn't have been using powder in the manner that we were using it anyway. That was
right.
Well, I mainly used it for my kids.
Making cake and Pampers. That's, you open up a Pamper and it's got balls of powder in between their skin. That's too much.
I still know people who put it on and it'd be like on their chest and shit. Like, Miss, you too grown for that. Why are you still
trying to make that baby?
Wow.
Make that baby dry.
Right, even if it wasn't toxins in it. Man, why are you still doing that? Take a shower. Use some antibacterial
that's
soap.
the old traditions from back in the day.
All up on your neck. Like, miss, that's not a part of your outfit. That's not
So here's an interesting thing though. It just came up. That Maryland so-called opened on last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And had its single day high of 1,784 new coronavirus cases.
Yes.
Is it working?
No. We knew that before they decided to lift the ban, and he's really showing his ugly, bald-headed face. Like, I already knew it. Like, people were so in love with his leadership, but I knew it was a matter of time.
It wasn't the leadership. It was just this moment. It wasn't. It wasn't forever. It wasn't going to last forever. That's why I was like, when we were talking last week about when you were saying, "Are you going to vote for him?" No, that was never the case. I appreciate what you've done. I said this would have helped you fast track your way to possibly running for president. Not that you would win, but it would fast track your pace to becoming a front runner in a presidential race.
No,
Not that anybody would vote for you.
no.
It was by skin and teeth that you won this election here in Maryland. Like, come on.
A lot of
And it
people
was
not
only
voting.
because no one turned out.
Nope. Nope.
You black people were still sitting around like,
Doing their
we're
norm.
not involved in this. This ain't our world. This ain't our country. And now y'all dying.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You gave up, and that was your fault. Because you said the system don't work for you. Well, the system's not going to work for you when you're not working.
Nope.
That's true.
Nope.
The system's not going to work for you if you're sitting at home not voting. You got to force the system to work, or you're not going to get anywhere.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I had to learn it the hard way.
Same thing goes for that. I think the only problem is that, like, I was going to say the same thing goes for the census. But the only problem with the census is I don't trust the government that we're reporting to.
Right.
Mm.
Right. No.
I don't
Yeah,
trust
but
the
they're still
administration that's
using that.
handling it. I'm
But they're
sorry,
still
but
using
I-
that as a reason to
I
keep
get it.
people from getting
I
money.
get it, but my point is
Resources.
I don't think that whatever we put in there is going to be used for good.
Well, it's not.
I don't think it
But
is either.
it's a double-edged sword because it's not probably going to do much good, but at the same time, they use that to not do any good at all.
Right,
Like,
but now the proof in what I'm saying is that, you know, they didn't win getting the question added, but when the question was posed, they weren't going to use it for good. You already knew that. That was the posing of the question was, are you documented or undocumented? That was not going to be used for good. So the whole thing is corrupt now to me.
Well, it's been corrupt because they use this census, and the census is really out of date because they make decisions over
But
the
would you have
course of
trusted
those
the
10
census?
years.
Would you have trusted the census more if the census was being done under Barack Obama than now?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would,
Absolutely.
because I know he had a lot more checks and balances put into place, but at the same time, if we come out in droves,
Mm-hmm.
though that census measures who is voting. That's basically how they gauge what to listen to and what not to listen to, beyond them doing what they want to do anyway. So when we don't fill that out, they have every reason to say, well, we're going to close down 4 schools in your neighborhood, and now your children got to take a bus.
I'm not trying to tell you not to
across
do it. I'm telling you have to make your own mind up on how you're going to trust what you put into that census.
Yeah, but at the
Because
same time, if you don't do it at all, it's
Right, but
they're
it's the way
using
we
it
have
against
to
us.
do it. I mean, we all gripe at the fact of doing it on the computer. We gripe at the fact that because IP addresses can be tracked, they'll find you, especially if that. I'm just saying that for the purpose of that undocumented question. You fill that undocumented part out online, and all of a sudden, ICE is behind you.
I have to say, and this
No,
it was maybe funny,
This
but it's not a joke because this is immigration country now. We're getting you out of here.
Yeah.
part of me, I don't care about the immigration issue because there are people here currently that were born here that are having more problems than immigrants are having.
That's
in my
insensitive.
opinion.
That's very insensitive.
It is.
Everybody is not doing well at this moment.
But
So
what
to
I'm
say that you don't
saying
care
is,
about
I'm
anybody else.
dealing with the people who I can immediately touch. And I'm sorry, that's not affecting me personally.
Don't be
I'm
sorry.
not
It's who
saying-
you are.
I'm not, but you fight for that. That's what you vote for.
Right.
And,
Right.
and,
No,
and
that's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
vote
saying.
for the issues that affect
Don't be sorry
my
about it.
everyday
That's what
life
you
and the
are.
lives of the people around me. And I'm saying, like, we can always jump on those issues, but right now, literally, there's still students that don't have the proper equipment to do virtual learning. But nobody is talking about
They got
that.
a house.
Nobody
They got
is.
a house. They got a house.
Some of them do.
Oh, but they got a lot. They got somewhere to put that. You want them to have that device inside of a house, right?
Some of them don't have homes. Some of them are in group homes.
Some,
Right.
yeah.
None of them at the border are in houses. None of them. So you got a little bit more than they do.
Well, you
I'm
rarely
not fighting the battle. I'm just saying that's the truth of it all. Some of them
but
got
that's not
houses,
my focus. I'm a
none of them
school
do.
teacher, so that's really I'm
Right. So
some
you're
of my
doing it from
students
you
are
saying it from
affected
your
by that.
perspective. That's why I said it's not wrong. It's
Yeah,
from perspective.
but that's my problem, and that's my problem with politics in general. There are enough elected members to be able to deal with all the issues that's on the table. There are enough elected officials to be able to do that.
But that's the
You're not
that's
going to
part of
tell
the
me that
problem
all of our
too.
attention has to go on one issue at a time.
But that's
There
part of
are
the
enough
problem
people.
too. That's part of the problem too. There's too many of them as well. Trying to
Well, you
all
damn
get
if
their
you
vote,
do.
trying to
There's
all
a
get
lot of
their
people
piece.
in this country.
But that's how it fails. Everybody wants something in a bill. And when you don't agree with the other side, that's why the majority rules.
I just feel
And then
like
that's when things
we
fail.
have enough
I don't
people.
think we need a monarchy either. I'm not saying that we need a king, but how do you break deadlock when they outnumber you?
All I'm focused on is the issues that affect me, and I read
You
into
brought
those
up
other
Congress
issues.
is what I'm getting at. There's enough elected officials to make things work or to get everything done.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the problem. That's part of the problem. We got all these elected officials, and then you're always deadlocked with either it's being vetoed or being passed because it's all party based.
It's ridiculous that partisanship is really affecting everyday decisions. I think it's a problem that we're still having these children and families being separated, and now it's a criminal offense if you're caught here, and instead of just sending you back or figuring out how it's work. I think it's more of a criminal issue to knowingly know that children aren't being educated, that our health system. One of the bills that Hogan vetoed was trying to get affordable prescriptions. That could potentially help everybody, because that means a lot of the costs can be brought down. So that means other areas that are being price gouged can come down too, because now we're not spending all this money on helping people to get prescriptions and such like that. But I think people, they pick and choose what they want, and like you said, whoever's in power plays that political game. Like, I'll give you this little bit if you do all this for me. And I don't like that about politics. I hate that. I hate it. I hate that people are affected by it also. But
Naya, you have any feelings?
she over it.
I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I don't feel like if you don't want nothing to change, nothing's gonna change. If people are not voting, nothing's gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
People not being active, nothing's gonna change. People can sit and complain about everything, or this, blah blah blah, like this, I hate this, I want this. But if you're not being proactive, it's nothing gonna change. So at the end of the day, it's what's gonna.
This question. I always wanted to ask a panel this question, and it never dawned on me until now. How would you feel if the power of approving stuff was given to the people?
We already have that power. We
No.
we do have that power. We relinquish it because we give our vote or not.
By a vote. I'm talking about by vote.
Oh.
But we still have that power.
We don't have that power.
You mean if there was no president and it was just us?
No, I'm talking about the power of Congress giving back to the people, just giving to the people to vote on every issue.
I still say we have that power. If enough people call a congressman's office or representative's office, things will change.
But their hands are tied, though.
Right. They only got a certain amount of lines, and you got a congressman like
I'm going to tell you, there's a meeting that happens.
Over 14,000 people. How they going to all get through?
It's not a literal phone call. There could be emails, there could be phone calls, there can be visits. There's a meeting. What you're doing right now is an example of why things don't ever happen, because we can always think of a reason why it won't happen, but we won't take the steps to make it happen.
A critical mind is always going to find a way for it not to happen.
That's not critical. That's pessimism.
No, that's not critical. How is he going to handle 14,000 calls? That requires an answer.
But if you're getting 14,000 calls, if you're getting 14,000 calls, something
on an issue, that's what I'm asking the question. If there was a bill up for vote and that, of something that you wanted, and you let the people vote on it, how are you going to send that to a congressman's office that has a staff of 20 with over 14,000 people?
But there are many different ways. Like there are people who go to Annapolis. There are people who go to.
But so you got to go somewhere. What I'm saying is to make this timely. If we are going to have a vote for every issue, if we take the power from Congress so we can get things moving and have everybody vote on an issue, it has to be timely. It can't be just every 14,000 people just call into somebody and say, get this done. Because that's not how it works.
Especially on a local,
work that way, because they don't want you
on a local level,
unless you got a protest.
We have the power to take things to our local government and get them heard on the floor and voted on. And if enough people go, they get.
No, it doesn't get heard on the floor, then it gets turned into a bill. It has to still go through the process. You can go and present whatever you want, but if it's not turned into a bill, you're not going to write the bill, do the work as is, then it's not going to go.
There's a meeting that happens at City Hall every Monday. Right. And there are plenty of organizations that come with resolutions and things that they want to be enacted. If they get enough votes, it gets voted on. If they bring enough support with them and show that it's this many people backing it, it gets passed. I've seen a lot of, especially in my field of the arts, I've seen a lot of stuff get passed because they have a lot of support. They have a lot of backers. They have a lot of people who are going to make those 14,000 phone calls and 5 million emails and so on and so forth. So, because they see that there's somebody behind it. But if we're just throwing pennies in the wind, and it's 5 people that go or 5 people that call, there's no change because they see there's nobody that's going to fight for this. So I might as well vote what the rest of the crowd is voting at, since nobody's going to come up here and be supportive. We have that power, but we relinquish it the day after every election day. We relinquish it because we don't follow up with these people. We let these people govern our lives and control our day-to-day, and we don't say anything until it's time to elect the next person. And then we complain about the job they did.
But what you did, it sounds good. Everything that you said sounds good in concept, but that sounds like a long process and a lot of work. And that's what people are not going to do. That's what they're not going to do.
You know,
you have to like what you have done.
I think about the Black Panther Party and all these organizations that we've had and where we have taken control, and all they have done is destroyed it. Every time we have tried to come together as a people to do things like this, I just can talk for our community. You know, they kill our leaders. They kill our leaders.
Yeah,
we help them though. So the problem becomes dissension. So I just watched the documentary on Malcolm X. We
yesterday is his birthday.
To kill him. Right. We helped them to kill him. It was a Black man who shot Malcolm X.
Yes.
Not a white man, not a politician, not a police officer. It was a Black man who shot him. Actually, 3 Black men that shot bullets, and one of them bullet actually killed him. So the problem is we're not united. And that's in race and culture and neighborhoods.
Yes.
We're not united. It's always going to be somebody that's going to throw a monkey wrench in there. So until we get our business together locally, we can't go at our politicians because they're laughing at us, because for every 5,000 people that say we want this, it's 5,000 more from our same community that say, hey, we want this. Forget them. We want this. They got 5,001.
They did kill Malcolm, but it was a white man that killed Martin Luther King. It was a white man who killed white people that killed Emmett Till. That's just one person. I'm talking about the people who, my father was a Panther, and he talked about how they disbanded the Panthers when he was a Panther.
And how did they get that accomplished? They got that accomplished
through the CIA.
No, it was Black people within that was
right. 20th century. Let's come back to the 21st century.
It's the same problem though. Like it's the same. I just been in on a meeting yesterday for arts support, and it's the same.
Right, so let's go back to the question at hand. So again, I take it back to, so if we're going to continue with status quo, we're still not going to break any boundaries because no one is changing their mind about doing the work.
Right.
But the work requires for people to go to Annapolis, to go to Washington.
That's the work. No one wants to do that, Nate. That's what I'm saying. No one wants to do that.
But people don't have that drive to do it. People don't have that drive to do it.
Or the time. All the
Right.
time.
What's the point of your question then?
My
If
question
you know the multitude of people are not going to do it,
but my
we might as well
question
just
was,
stay comfortable like this.
But nothing that we're talking about right now has anything to do with my question. I said, if we return the power to the people, that was the question. If we took the power, if we return the power of Congress back to the people and we vote it on it, would that make for a better day?
And my
I feel
answer to
I
your
feel like
question-
yeah.
Said we going back to status quo, but we got to get involved, and no one's doing that. They're not
I
going to
feel
do
like
it.
if people
What you
knew
just
that
said
they
about
had
mythical-
power,
Go ahead.
I
Go
feel
ahead.
like if
Naya,
people
sorry.
knew that they had the power that they really have, and if they went and voted, that they really can change stuff. But people are people just feel like ain't nothing gonna change because it's already rigged anyway. But if they knew that they had the power to change it, then I feel like yes, we will be able to come together and vote and get, you know what I mean, everything will be good for us. It will work for us.
But Marnie, you're speaking on a real specific or a literal term, like actually the community voting every time that there was a bill. And that makes sense, but how many people are going to get out every time we have a bill?
But that's
if
their
they knew they had the power,
responsibility. If it's their responsibility to vote for what they want, they will do it.
That's what I'm saying. If they knew
But
that they had the
doesn't
power,
change anything.
Just like we're talking about exactly what's happening right now. If you want what you want, you need to get out and vote for your president. But that's only one part of it. You only vote for a president every 4 years. You can't vote on bills every single day. You leave that up to the congressman that you elect to go represent you. And I think that's starting to become possible.
But psychologically, people are comfortable living like we're living right now. When shit hit the fan, they go give us a stimulus, and we go get through.
Right, but what if you had the ability? What if then the bill that was presented, you had the ability to vote on it? That it was your bill. You presented the bill, you put it in. Now it's for the people to vote on. Now the people have to vote whether you get $3 trillion, and not have to leave it up to Republicans that continuously talk about how they don't want to do help you.
And I agree with you. I think
there's more. What I'm saying is that there are more than us. There's more others than there are Republicans.
But there are also more people who
and that's the power they will never. I'm only saying this as a hypothetical. Is that's the power they would never relinquish? Because again, there's more other than there are Republicans. Democrats, Green, all of that. It's more others than there are Republicans. And if we had that power, they would never have the ability to do anything, and they will never ever relinquish it now.
But the point of what you're saying is we have to, like Naya just said, discover the power that we have. And we have the power to overthrow that system, but we stay stuck in what was, what's not going to be, and how it's going to be. What would it take
to overthrow that system?
For us to get up off our asses collectively and make decisions together.
And do what? Do what behind that?
Vote in the individuals that have integrity. In every race, there's always one or two candidates that we always overlook because they don't have enough support, because they are part of the Green Party, and they have these ideas that seem so willy-nilly that they actually may fix some shit, but we don't vote for them.
Now, how? Now the question becomes, how do you get them to do it?
How do we get who to do it?
Get those people to come in and vote for those people.
I mean, I think the same way they used to do in terms of us electing leaders within our communities. I think we put a lot more into what are you going to do? So forcing them to not keep hiding their hands until they get into the primary, and then they show us some shit like Hogan did, where he gave us the okie doke in the same damn month. Like we don't even know where those damn 500,000 tests are right now.
But let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. When it comes down to people voting or us voting and stuff, to be honest, when around the voting sites that I went to when Obama was being elected, they had bribe things. They had like food plate. You could get a plate if you vote. You know what I mean? You can get this if you vote. We give you free canned goods if you vote. Like they threw out so much help when it came down to getting Obama voted, for the president. They threw out so much you know, you get a free meal, you can get this, you get that, we give out t-shirts, you know what I mean? But when it comes down to anybody else, nobody else take the time to do that. So that's what it comes down to. We're not
Right.
voting. What is in it for me? Not knowing what really is in it for you in the long run of things that go on.
Well, we see that happening with individuals who have special interests. Right now in our local election, you can see the people who are voting for Brandon versus the people who are voting for this person and that person. They all have special interests that are tied into what they want. And you see those social climbers are the people that get what they want. And so we realize, hey, see, they're doing that. Maybe we can do it as well. And I don't think that I really don't think that we understand as a collective that we do have the power to say, hey, these are the issues that I want, and this is how many people I have behind me, and this is I want this done now.
Right.
And I think Sheila Dixon right now is the only person that's doing that because she's listening to everybody, and then you see her implementing what she's hearing people say.
But you got to realize too, a lot of people are scared to come outside their house for the fear of being beaten, for the fear of being killed, for the fear of doing, all of that. When it comes down to being in a large crowd or doing something like that, because if we really acted on the power that we possess, we will be unstoppable. But
they know that.
They don't, and I feel like people are scared of it, so they try their best to shut it down. So we give them that power.
I partly asked that question because we're moving into a new time, a new era where diseases are starting to become more rampant and things are going to change. Crowds aren't going to be the new norm anymore, and not for me anyway. So
I can't tell because they still crowding up.
Well, as I said, not for me anyway. Because I'm not coming to your rally, I'm not coming to your committee meeting, I'm not doing any of that anymore. Because you are not killing me.
But now is the time where we start implementing more, like, just for example, Big Exposed Radio was ready to adapt to a virtual way of doing our shows. So I think that same methodology needs to be applied to how we get resources, how we connect to. I'm grateful that people like Sheila Dixon are using their platforms on social media to talk to people versus us watching all these different interviews from her. She's coming directly to us and giving us a message. And I think that made the other candidates do the same thing because they wasn't out there doing anything. But we have to begin to adapt and create vehicles for people like yourself who's not going to go out there to the
What's interesting, I agree with that. It's just that so many of those people that are actually watching Sheila Dixon, the people that are going to vote for her, and the people that might get her elected, they refuse.
I don't know.
They refuse to. I mean, I said might. I didn't say is.
Yeah.
It might. Is that those are the same people that are not sharing what you're talking about. They're not sharing those videos. They're not presenting that opinion or getting that or trying to get new opinions when she's live on air for you to talk to her.
And see, that's my problem because now we know, like I said, we know what you don't like. And I think she's
everybody. And the problem is
people are posting old stuff.
People will say, "I agree. She was a good mayor when she was in charge, when she was the mayor." But what she did is this and this and that. I said, "Well, but that is your job. You are the citizen, right? You are the one that's supposed to hold her accountable."
Yes.
So if she does do something wrong, because we're watching, we're definitely going to be. If she is elected, we're watching.
But I don't, and I still don't understand the logic in it because we did that in the last mayoral election. And we held her to the fire, and we
y'all did that in the last mayoral election. I told y'all not to vote for that lady. Anybody that was coming into the 21st.
You sure did. That true.
And
this is not what's going to work out. I told y'all not to vote for her.
They should put Dixon back on.
I like Phyllis. I make my Phyllis in the point. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to vote for her.
You're making the point that I made, though. You're making the point because you did a lot of saying not to vote for that that bowl cut lady, and you
Right,
didn't,
because I'm
you
not that
didn't
hungry.
push,
My cereal goes
you
upstairs.
didn't push her name enough. We have collectively and individually the power to get people elected, but we focus on jumping on those threads of the people we don't like. So every time I see her share something, I share it on my page, on all my profile pages, on my social media pages, because I want her to win. But we not doing that. So I ask people who talk about her, who are you voting for? And they don't have an answer because they haven't made a decision who they voting for. They just know who they not gonna vote for. And that same ideal works its way up into them walking into the election station and not knowing who the hell is on the ballot. They don't even read their ballots, and they send us a test ballot. They send it to us.
I
But
told y'all not to vote for her. I told y'all not to vote for SRB. Y'all don't listen.
But you didn't tell us who to
remember
vote
that.
for, though.
Every time I tell y'all not to vote somebody, I prove y'all right. I told y'all not to vote for this asshole, and look at y'all stuck in the house.
But you did not tell us who to vote for, though. You gotta follow up that with who to vote for.
And no, I'm the one presenting the information. I present the information. Now it's your job to take it and run with it.
But I
I
meant
give
you
you
as
the
an
information.
individual, though, not just
Right.
as a
No,
media
but my
person.
job and my individuality, they conflict.
See, and that's why
My job is
the
to
ladder will always win.
a person is to give you the information. I sell you the information, and you are the consumer. You bought it from me. You should have bought it because you didn't, because we are
That's
fair.
Marnie. That's Marnie, though. But Carl Wiley,
I don't know who that
Wiley
is.
has
You tried it on the Monty Show. I don't know who that is because you just provide my life. See, this is why people look.
Oh my
You
God.
take a break because you reckless with your mouth. You take a little break.
Oh my God.
He tried my life.
He
Anyway,
did.
I'll let him back in though because we're getting ready to talk about some art. So I'm gonna let him.
Got it written on your screen and change the name. See, that's what I'm saying. Like that's simple.
I've let him back in because we get ready to talk about art. Y'all already know he's Nate, the artist, the host of the Artists Exchange every Monday and Friday at 5:00, right here on Big Exposed Radio. So Trump, number 45, is now refusing to unveil Obama's portrait in the White House.
What?
Breaking tradition for 40 years, a 40-year tradition of presidents being unveiled in the White House by the predecessor.
Mm-hmm.
Predecessor, yeah. No.
I think he is so jealous of Obama.
He is.
He's hurt. He's hurt by Obama. He's hurt. His pride is so small that
he can't measure up. So when you can't measure up, that insecurity just pours out of you.
Yes.
He just knew they was gonna ask him to do the commencement for the United States. And
no one wants you. No one wants you to do commencements. He's not, but he went to that Navy one by force as the commander in chief. He had to do the Navy one because you're the commanding officer here. So we're gonna put you on this pedestal, and everybody just sitting there and rolling their eyes like, why?
And they didn't even. They was mad because Obama didn't do this. That's what they was. They probably watched those commencements and didn't watch.
Yeah, they even had that one on every channel, the Navy one, and I have other things to do.
I didn't even know it came on.
I think I had some. I had to put a clear coat of polish on my fingernails.
Oh, petty.
But it's that shows you how petty he is, how childish he is.
Yes.
Just how evil he is. If you wouldn't even, and you don't even have to do much in this moment, but go live and unveil it. Spend 15 minutes, find,
See? And that's where it goes back to the people to vote, to make sure they get up there.
Yep.
Everybody say hi to Rich.
Hi, Rich.
Hi, Rich.
His show comes on tomorrow. Tomorrow at 5.
Rich.
Living a Rich
Hi,
Life.
Rich, how you doing?
That's
Did you guys hear about the the drag queens reading to the children at the Michelle Obama Library in LA? And Trump blamed that on Obama.
Of course, Obama's gonna get the blame for everything.
I said it was a drag queen reading to the children at the Michelle Obama Library, and Trump blamed that on the Obamas. He said he corrupted.
Was it the famous drag queen that reads storybooks online?
I think so. I believe so.
Oh, then I don't care what he says about that. That's not no biggie. He's been doing that for years, actually.
He just wants something to say.
That's what I said.
And he has a lot of viewers.
Right. He's just angry.
It really kills people to just say something nice. It's not even serious.
Well, you don't even have to say anything nice. You don't have to say anything. But he can't keep doing that.
And it was LA. I mean,
yeah.
That says a lot. That says a lot.
But it's not like Obama booked them to read at the library.
Right. And he don't even. I mean, but he don't live there. It's LA.
Like he's their manager or something. Like, can y'all do this reading for me at this library?
he's never lived there. Like, he doesn't live in LA. He's Martha's Vineyard right now on this side.
Yes. Yeah, he said that the Obama administration was the most corrupt administration ever.
Yeah, that's lies. I mean,
why? Because he was so supportive.
It sounds like he's almost like on the tip of his tongue about to leak some secrets, leak some top secret crap, and that wouldn't be corrupt. That would be illegal for you to do that, seeing as though it's top secret.
Right.
It's classified. Remember, that's what they tried to get Hillary for in her emails. For leaking classified information.
Yep.
I remember that.
And they came together and realized that was a lie.
Right. Exactly. That was what
everybody should feel stupid about all of this.
He seems like he's on the edge of his tongue, getting ready to release a top secret something or another that happened to the Obama administration.
I mean, he's already leaking. He's finding ways to get it said in the media. There's a lot of stuff that is being leaked, that is being talked about. You know,
it's being talked about, but it's not top secret. My thing is, if he's getting ready to say something that was top secret during the Obama administration, that now he wants to try to use against them, which, you know, it already failing because, you know, what's his name?
He's dying to do that.
The Attorney General.
You can't do that.
Right. The Attorney General already said that he's not going to do it. So he said either you're going to fire me or you know, whatever. But I don't take too much kindly to what Bill Barr says after this impeachment stuff, and then Michael Flynn getting off scot-free.
Oh yeah, I read about that.
Yeah.
Let's move on though. So Magic Johnson is going to provide $100 million in aid to Black small businesses.
Okay.
The question is when.
But it's supposed to be only for minority businesses, and it's gonna go directly to them.
The Equitrust Life Insurance Company, Johnson will be able to provide $100 million in capital through Small Business Administration Paycheck Protection Program. For the loans, Equitrust will join with MBE Capital Partners, a lender that specializes in financing minorities and women-owned companies. So you will it says Johnson's investment will allow 5,000 minority-owned businesses to gain access to these funds.
Well, you can apply because you Dominican and Black?
I'm not struggling, so I'm not going to do that. I think that's for businesses that are struggling. You still got your job.
Well, we struggling. We need that.
I've been fired.
We're still working. I mean, if I was struggling, I would apply for a loan. Like, you sunk me. Yeah, so I need to get a bailout. But I don't want loans. The word loan.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Loan is a punch in my face. Loan is a punch in my face. If they call it investment,
right?
Some of those fees to actually earn interest and get paid back,
right?
It would be better suited for me. But you're not going to, in finance, charge me to death with your loans and your APRs.
Absolutely.
But see, they're misleading.
But you had mentioned that to me a couple years ago. Why don't I go get this? Why don't so we can continue? No. No, because if we end up, I get this loan. Because what if I can't even get it out? It's making me frustrated.
Speaking in tongues. Go use them.
Because
boy.
what if you get this loan? You may put all this investment, all this time, all this energy, all this money into a project, and it still fails.
But you gotta have faith.
But that's that chance I'm not willing to take. That's why I say if I can't build
you gotta
this
get some
my
faith
own
in your
coin,
own, sir.
no, I'm not taking no faith in no bank.
You got to.
Hell to the no. The only faith I got is that my money gonna be there tomorrow. That's it.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
That means you have access to what I got from you, plus you have access to my money. You can't have it two ways. Everything that I got, all these loans with businesses that are not connected to my coin.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the smart man goes along. Smart money goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
But you won't have access. Like, you can take me to any credit agency you want to, but you're not gonna have access to my day-to-day life money.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's like me having my mortgage and my bank account together. They foreclose on their mortgage, they're gonna wipe your account out.
Oh yeah.
No, we're not doing that. Bank of America came around talking about we want to offer you this. No, I don't want it.
Right. That's how they get you. That's
You want this credit card? No, I don't want that credit card.
That's how they get you. Yep.
I'll call Capital One tomorrow. Thanks.
Mm.
We're gonna separate this money. We're gonna separate these monies because you're not gonna be able to wipe me out for defaulting on your loan. Again, if it was investment, that's different.
And that was I think that was the misconception of the reporting of Magic Johnson's offer, because it was reported as he was giving these businesses money and it was going to divide it amongst all the businesses that apply. But when you
but it's not. He's providing the money for your ass to pay him back.
So he's going to make money off of it.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Magic Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Not that it's a bad thing, because other people are willing to take that risk. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not going to take that risk, and especially if I did, it's only been a year, and I sell T-shirts.
Or less.
You're back in your house in your basement and start ordering them T-shirts. I mean, that's me. But if you got a bigger business and you don't want it to fail, like Granny's over there in Randallstown, they only
Granny's not open anymore.
I don't know. Then they're not open right now, is what I'm saying. They're gonna need a loan.
I think they're doing. I think they're on Uber Eats, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, but all of them are suffering. Ain't nobody got time for Uber. Ain't nobody got time for other Grubhub. We don't have no money.
The ones that are restaurants, the servers are struggling. But those restaurants,
you started mentioning that you can start getting since we can't go to the restaurant, we're gonna get on Grubhub and all that other kind of stuff. Okay, we was doing that. We was getting on Grubhub and all that kind of stuff when the money was coming in good.
Yeah,
these restaurants getting ready to shut down because we ain't got this kind of money to keep going eating out and shit every goddamn day.
But again, they've already made their money though. Those restaurants are crying broke. But my cousin owns a restaurant, and I know. I mean,
they're doing better than others because they had the opportunity to stay open. But that
business hasn't really suffered.
The business is starting to slow down again because nobody have money to buy food every day from a carryout.
I'm telling you, they are not suffering. I live in Charles Village.
What I'm saying is that business, even they are already reporting it, business has slowed down. Because again, business was good when they were open.
Yeah.
But now you shut down everything that they can do to go, you can't go to a restaurant or nothing like that. They're going to try. Everybody's going to run to the hot thing. If I can go to Grubhub and get me a meal from the restaurant that I can't make it to, they can deliver it to my home. Yes. But that's not going to last long. I don't
think it will either.
I don't want no more Bazzinis. I'm good. The next time I eat,
most people are not thinking like you know. That's the problem. And I live here in Charles Village, and all
these oranges in 6 days.
But that's everybody. The majority
along with
of people
your
are not thinking like you. A lot of
And your
people aren't
cheesecake.
thinking like you.
Right,
lot
but they are. But you got to understand that most of them are because they are baroque.
I'm telling you,
Most of them are still waiting for their unemployment to kick in.
Or
I'm
their
telling
stimulus to come.
Yes, yes. I know a few people who have
y'all
not
think
gotten
it is
their
like
checks
that.
yet.
I'm
So
telling
where's
you.
the money coming from? As soon as they get that first check, they probably gonna order out 2 or 3 times, and then they gonna realize, oh, this ain't real money.
Yep.
This is
Money,
something.
you,
This is
you,
It goes so
have
fast. The
enjoyed-
money goes
I'm
so
telling
fast.
you what I'm seeing. In this Aria Charles
what I'm
Village,
saying is that you don't see everybody is what I'm trying to figure out. How
saying,
you
but
know if 20 million people is going to go to Grubhub? How do
because
you get your
I'm
information?
gauging that
Because
by
I
what
need
I
you to give me
see.
that information because
When
that
I
data
when I
is
when
secret.
I go
and you
across
got
the
it.
street,
I
in
don't go
my
to Grubhub.
area,
I go
there's
to the
nothing
restaurant.
but restaurants. When I say
Okay.
those Grubhub, you can see the Uber Eats trucks, the Grubhub, all waiting outside the door gathering food. For the first time in maybe like
I didn't say that business was going to stop. I said what I'm saying
telling
is
you.
that those trips are starting to slow down. It's not enough money to say that this
You
is the
said
same
that,
as you go in the same business as if you were going in the inside. You can't say that. Just because you see a whole bunch, you see 5 Grubhub trucks outside, doesn't mean that equals to the 25 customers that you will have inside.
No, I'm telling you, you think that they're not doing well. The ones that had servers, the servers are not doing as well because
No, see, this is the thing I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is not a thought process. I don't deliver fake news. I'm telling you, reports are coming in now that freight is slowing down.
Yeah,
I'm
and
talking
those are
about
the businesses. Those are the businesses that are trying to get
fake
those
news.
loans. Those are the
I don't just
businesses
make
that
up
are trying
while
to
I'm
get
sitting
those
here.
loans.
I pull up facts. I do facts.
Those are those businesses that are trying to get those loans because they're not telling the whole truth. The servers are suffering.
Okay, I want to bring this story back around because it went from people not telling the truth from the loans. I don't know where you were going with that, but that was not the agenda of that story.
Well, you need to put the bullet points out there so we can follow what you want us to say.
Oh my God! The bullet point was Magic Johnson was giving out $100 million to minority and black-owned businesses. That was the bullet point. And you went to another level, all the way to somebody was lying, and I
because a lot of them are lying on their business.
All right, okay. Because I'm not going to peddle that. I'm not mad. I'm not peddling fake news.
But you
That's what I'm
saying. Why are you mad?
All I said was I'm not peddling fake news. I'm mad. Yeah, I am mad now.
You sweated.
Mm-hmm. Punishment is how it fucking goes. I'm mad now.
Oh my God.
Well,
Monty, on a positive note, I checked my receipt and I ain't got no COVID-19 charge on it.
Okay, forget it. You ordered something
I went to 3 different places and I checked all 3 of my receipts.
Oh, not so you wanted to because I think this is very sad. Lindsay.
Yes. Yeah, I'm here.
The 15-year-old girl that died. You wanted to bring that up?
Yeah. The 15-year-old girl, I think her name was Dariana. She was complaining of a stomachache last week, and so her mother took her into the hospital.
Dariana Dyson.
Then she started complaining about some worse symptoms. They put her on a ventilator, and she passed away the next day.
So was she on a ventilator or life support?
She was on the ventilator, and she died on the ventilator. They said it was COVID-19 related.
I'm just saying because, last time we had that story, Mecca said that they was on a life support. So I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, well, I'm not Mecca. No, she was on. I read the story. This is not coming from a third-party person. This is coming from what I read today in the news.
But she knew that person, though. It wasn't third party. She knew the person.
Oh, okay.
No, I
remember she said it was a person.
Please don't stop this. That story was
okay.
That story was very third person.
Okay, so back to the main point. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Yeah, so she was from Baltimore and she was only 15, and she's the youngest child who's died so far in the state of Maryland from COVID-19. the youngest that has passed away. So
Yeah, in Maryland, yes. Well, so did you get the update already? Because I only heard that they were testing to see if it was COVID related, but
they said, from what I read today, because I had read about it yesterday.
It was COVID-19.
And I read about it today. It was COVID-19.
Okay. Yeah, so they're having a vigil for her tomorrow.
Yes, candlelight visual.
It doesn't say where, but if I get that information, I'll put it out there.
Yeah, I wonder how many people are going to attend.
She was getting ready
and hopefully they'll do social distancing and wear masks, because
they're not doing. If they're not doing it now, I doubt.
Maybe there's a location because it might be virtual. It might be virtual.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, that would be good.
But I feel like since it's back open, then I think everybody's going to gather. But I doubt that. I feel like a few people may have masks, but majority of them not going to have masks.
But we're not back. Are they in Baltimore? Because we're not back open.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it'll be virtual, but that doesn't matter here because they don't get it.
They're not getting it.
The harbor is packed.
Yes, it is.
And they just Ocean City.
Ocean City is packed.
But I told you downtown looks normal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they know. When I came from downstairs just 2 hours ago, traffic was just like it usually is.
Yeah.
It was jam packed with cars,
and it came back on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It was just jam packed with people down there, but nothing's open. That's the funny part about it. Nothing's open. They just walking looking at each other.
Nothing is open, but the masks are gone. So.
They just walking around looking at each other. The harbor place built part in the part that's connected to the water is boarded up.
That's because it flooded.
Over by the Cheesecake Factory flooded.
Yeah,
they got that boarded up.
Yeah, but that whole the inside of that walkway was flooded.
So is that why they're taking the Ripley's Believe It or Not away now?
No, they're using this as an excuse to leave.
Oh, okay.
Right, they haven't been going good at all. So they using this. They probably go get their stimulus money and bounce to the National Harbor somewhere, like the.
If they lowered in prices, they would have been making good money.
Well, I hope they don't close the Black and Wax Museum.
They got too much money right now. They got a lot of money on.
Don't be mad. I'm not mad.
The Black and Wax, they got a lot of money right now, so they got enough to tide them over. But they about to go under renovations. Well,
I have an issue, right? Because I need for them to open these passport offices back up, right?
Oh Lord.
Because my passport expires next year.
Oh my gosh.
So the U.S. stopped issuing passports except for only for life or death emergencies. So me leaving to get away from COVID, is that an emergency? Is it life or death?
No.
Or you gonna lock me in?
You have to stay with us. Yeah.
You're stuck here.
Yeah.
That's what sucks about being healthy, right? You guys want to keep here with y'all sick asses. And that's a problem for me.
Well, I think by next year, it'll be
at the point. But think about it. At the point when, or if, the rate of affection becomes 70%. You locked me in here with your sick motherfuckers?
Yep.
Yeah, but by that time it should be lifted, so you'll be good.
You would hope, but check out this a minute.
You better hope.
Oh no, I can swim.
You over there in the Dominican Republic?
Listen, all you got to do every time you think about me being locked in here, think about that $8.2 million story.
Oh yeah.
I'm good. I told you I got money stashed everywhere.
Oh my God! Yeah. You remember he said he's going to be coming in on a submarine.
I'm telling you, hard times ain't hitting me hardly.
Boom.
Because I got money somewhere, and I just
nothing touching your skin.
And I'm out.
Ain't nothing touching that skin.
Nothing. Okay.
Okay.
I dare you. I'm not playing with you. Look. Get it. You are a goner. Survival of the fittest.
No, you gotta be in here
it's
turning zombie with the rest of them.
nothing I can do because I'm not a scientist. It's nothing that I can contribute to fighting this besides telling you to beware
Mm-hmm.
and watch your back with me.
Money.
If I'm leaving you, you can't get your shoes tied faster.
You think you leaving, but they gonna turn you back around, right?
I have always been the beep beep bye bye person. You get 2 beeps and I'm out. If I got to come pick you up, you get 2 beeps and I'm gone. Because I'm very impatient and I don't like to wait.
Not even a text.
Because you knew I was coming. You knew I was coming. You should have been right downstairs with your shoes in hand if you couldn't get them on fast enough.
That's the damn Scorpio in you.
I got the week wasting time waiting for you. What if I was running late and you now I gotta wait for you?
What if it's a life or death situation? I gotta use the bathroom. Hold up.
You knew I was coming and you didn't use the bathroom until it was time to go?
You knew I got on all these layers. I don't know where we're going.
You put on all them clothes 90 degrees.
Listen, I don't know where we're going. Shoot.
Why are you coming and you don't know where we're going?
Because I don't want to get infected.
I like those kind of conversations because that's usually how I go. Why did you leave me? You weren't downstairs.
Oh my gosh, no. Oh my god.
The bus don't wait. Why should I?
Because you my friend.
He don't believe in that. He
Well, you invited me.
I'm still your friend. I'm still your friend, although you're not coming.
Oh, I'll be on the back of the trunk. I don't even care. I got enough layers on. I don't even need no clothes.
Yeah, it's like, friend, I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to find something else to do this evening.
No, I will hold you up at the airport. Okay.
Oh, I should have put this on.
Yeah, this man has contraband.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna snitch?
You gonna take me with you?
I know, but you would be doing the smart thing because I would have snitched on you too.
Oh!
Oh, she said that. That bitch got drugs in her basement.
Oh, he is smuggling marijuana with his cat. Check the big old one.
She is not even a legal citizen.
Oh, double baby. Oh, you is all the way messed up now.
Don't let that accent fool you. She is from Cuba.
Oh, she has no papers. Yeah. Oh man.
Just say turnabout is fair game. That's what I'm saying. If snitch, I got back and forth.
You ain't gonna leave me up in here. I'm not about to be a zombie.
So one of the creators of the Matrix is sick of them using their tagline. So she's actually told a couple people to shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
She's told a couple people to shut the fuck up so far. That's that line Matrix, take the red pill. So she's told Elon Musk, Ivanka Trump, and several other people to stop using her stuff in their bullshit. Oh,
what's the line?
Take the red pill. Choose between the red and blue pill from the Matrix.
Okay.
So Elon Musk tweeted it, and then Ivanka Trump retweeted it, and she replied or retweeted their tweets and said, "Fuck both of you."
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's like, and then look, with that being said, because she's got $1 billion somewhere, all of the billionaires are now lining up to say, now are talking about inequality. I don't know how far they're going to get with and how good it's going to, how that's going to work out, but now they're all lining up for inequality. I just read that today.
It's this COVID-19 is driving everybody nuts.
Yes.
That's what it
is.
Now everybody picking beefs with people that ain't got no beef with you.
Mm-hmm.
This is who people really were. You're starting to see who people really
this is really bringing it out. But it's getting ridiculous.
I can't blame it on this COVID. This is who people really were.
I mean,
Yep,
I
Who
just
they were supposed to be.
you're right. It is who people
Exposed
really
a
are, but
lot
I
of
just feel
people.
like
Are you
I
saying
just
this
feel
is
like
who they were
people are-
supposed to be, or who they
No,
are?
this is who they were. This is who
Yes.
they already were.
Yes.
This is just
I
bringing
just
it
feel
out.
like this COVID is
Well,
really bringing
Well, I
it
guess
out.
y'all missed what I said. I said they're fighting against inequality in the positive.
Of
Say it again.
course.
Equality for what?
They're
Say that-
trying
are
to. They want to bring us together. Is what I was saying. They're the
Who wants
billionaires.
to
in
bring
their
us
country,
together?
they're giving up their money to help bring people together.
Who?
As they should. Thank good.
Billionaires.
Thank you.
Billionaires. How many times do I have to say billionaires?
Because you.
I know
think you're
Rihanna.
really
I know she's
understand.
doing some
Mark Cuban.
philanthropy work.
Mark Cuban. That was one of them.
You got
I
some. You
don't
got most of
believe
the
it.
rappers. Most of the rappers and the football players and basketball players, the people
They
in the
not
sports
doing it.
industry, they're but they're trying to give back and help too.
Right.
I don't believe any of it because all of them are looking for.
But it takes a lot, for a
That's
billionaire to actually, start speaking up about, stuff.
Okay,
Because
so
they'll get what else to
The other
do.
one was that the other billionaire that was named in that article was the Walton lady that hates him, that hates
Mhm.
45.
mm.
The one of the owners of Walmart.
I have a
She's the
question.
stock owner now.
I have a question. I don't know, like, how do you feel about? Okay, I'm not sure exactly who it was, but one of the celebrities had bought a whole bunch of food for the essential workers, and the Uber driver drove off with the food and never delivered it. Did you hear that?
No, wait.
That's
Let me
my
say that
favorite
again one more
comment.
time. Give me that
So
story.
I'm not sure which exactly celebrity it was. I can check for you. But a celebrity went and bought all this food for the essential workers in the hospitals and the all the essential workers that are around the area and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the Uber driver picked up the food but never delivered it.
Well, that's what he gets for calling Uber. That's what he.
Yeah.
It was the Uber
They call
Eats driver.
DoorDash.
It was the Uber Eats driver. I think it was
But
either
that's
Uber.
the crazy part because
Why didn't he
That was
just
a
call a
secret.
restaurant and have their meals catered? Like,
but that's a
Exactly.
stupid crime. But it was a stupid crime
It
because
was.
we know who you are.
It was.
people stupid.
It was.
They're stupid.
But
Right, but
people
then,
are
I mean, I get that people are stupid, but but that was a stupider crime because your name is attached to everything you do.
but they are. It was some people that was hacking people's accounts because I know when I was doing it.
Oh, okay. Now this
I
is
know
a
when
different kind of
I know when I was
Okay,
doing it.
this is
They
a
said that they said that my identity was compromised, so I had to redo my profile again.
And what is funny, he probably went on his live and went into his neighborhood and was like, "Hey, we're giving out food. I'm trying to do my part to help you
Right.
all out," and probably got all this clout
Right.
for feet in the neighborhood.
Exactly. But I said all that to say is that everybody is trying to come together and give back and try to do good. But you still got that one, or you still got that few that tries to take it or stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, people are starting to come together and help.
For a lot of the rich people,
But you see, you
I
only
just
see
think
that unity.
Go ahead.
You only
Go
see
ahead.
that unity virtually. It seems to not travel because you see the dissension. The people that do the dissension are the people that are outside right now.
Mm-hmm.
So where's that unity? Why are they classified as somebody different? Because are they unified with us? Are they with us in the fight?
No. A lot of them are selfish.
Right. So where's the
like
so
Naya?
You can see the unity because we are the ones that are sitting here looking at these computer screens all day because this is what we have to do to live or operate or work. Most of us, and you look outside and they also have to work too, but are you still unified with us? Are you still in this fight because you went back to work?
But a lot of them didn't have to go back to work. A lot of them are sneaking into their salons and sneaking into
I don't believe they're going to work either. I think they're out there, but their position is supposed to be going to work, but no, not if you're surrounding hip hop chicken. You're not doing it if you're surrounding hip hop chicken.
No, but buses and stuff are not letting you on unless you're an essential worker and you have to
I've seen
prove
that.
that you're an essential worker. Yeah.
What buses are doing that?
All the MTA buses, they say
Yeah,
it's
the MTA buses are. You have to show proof that you're essential worker in order to get on.
That must be what they putting on their website because
No, it's on the bus.
No, it's real. It's
on the
real.
bus. Essential workers only.
I just caught the shuttle back up from the station.
But that's a shuttle.
That's a shuttle. That's not a bus.
That's not the bus.
They still all under
You're
MTA
talking
though.
No, the circulator? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
they
talking about?
are.
That's not under MTA. That's privately owned.
They
Don't
still
they-
under the same transportation. It's all transportation.
Under Maryland Department of Transportation, but they're not owned by them. They're operated by somebody totally different. They don't have to put that word on the side.
That must be just what they putting on their website because that
I just
ain't
said
nobody checking.
Didn't I just say?
Because you can't even get on the front. They're not even letting you on the front of the bus.
You want me to be
the back door?
You seem to want me to imagine and stuff a lot.
You said what?
You seem to want me to imagine stuff a lot. Imagine it.
I'm not telling you imagine. Like
you did, but you said you must be on the website only. But I just said I saw the bus. Like it didn't fly. It wasn't flying.
Because I know a lot of. I know.
It said essential workers only on the side of the bus.
I know a lot of people, a lot of clients that try to come to my job can't catch the bus because they're not essential workers.
I don't know. Maybe some of them are upholding it, but
why can't you just take it? We're fact givers. We forget about facts.
Because I just caught the damn bus.
You said you caught a shuttle.
That is different.
Yeah, the Charm City Circulator, but I still caught a bus this week. Like it's not.
Because it's in the form of a bus, but it's not the Maryland. It's not the MTA.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I don't think. Well, if that is something they put up, I don't think all the bus drivers are adhering to that because they're not even letting you on the front of the bus though.
I don't know how we're gonna get this country work when you don't believe nobody do their job.
Because they not doing it. You not.
That's about this country gonna ever work when we got deniers. Everybody's not doing their job. Nobody's counting. Nobody's putting the data in. Nobody's doing their jobs when it comes to you, Nate. So how are we even here?
Because they're not. They're not.
That's like saying that when I do all my work and when I go to work in the morning, only 47% of my work gets done. And then the other of it is not.
That's the truth with Carl.
That would never be the truth. That would never be the truth because I pride in my.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the truth with you, though. Like, they're not. I'm saying, I don't believe that they're all. Maybe some of them are upholding it, but I don't believe all of them are doing it because.
Right, but that's always you can believe whatever you want, but the proof is in the data.
But how are they checking it? That's it.
I think most people have a badge, and the ones that don't have the paper, so they just.
But they're not even getting on the front of the bus. Do they get on the front of the bus? They open up the door.
You gotta go to the front of the bus to pay.
No, you don't.
I never got on the bus, so I don't
but the buses have been free since.
What's in the back of the bus?
You said what?
What's in the back of the
door? You go through the back door to get.
I do know a bus has a back door, but I don't catch the bus.
Well, I don't know for sure how they're checking to see if you're essential, but I do know that they have a sign on the side.
Maybe it's the honor system. Maybe it's the honor system. It does say on the side of the bus, essential workers only, though.
I'm not disputing that it. I haven't seen that, but I'm not disputing that is their perceived.
I was like it.
I'm just saying it's not.
Everything tonight was
not true. It's not.
It's not true according to you.
Well, I do know my coworker. Right. I do know my coworker had to show her paperwork before she got on it. Yeah.
So according to these facts,
commuter bus.
No, she was on the MTA and she had her paperwork ready. And when she got on, she showed her paperwork and she went and sat down.
But I just know that they don't get on the front of the bus. I'm confused as to how, because you don't even pay to get on the bus.
Maybe it's somebody else back there checking. I don't know.
Rich said facts. They are not asking for IDs.
Yep, I'm just saying some of them maybe. There are those drivers that uphold.
They don't care. Yeah.
And then I think the rest of them like, man, get the fuck on the back of the bus.
Right, just get on. Yeah.
Right. Some of them aren't even stopping for people. So
they're not.
Well,
they're not.
That's not.
They're not.
Yes. But I'm a lot of these things that people say are going on, the everyday of it, they're not people aren't upholding these rules.
So who are these people? You said I didn't. My problem was that you said I said that that's not happening. And that's not what I said. My story said it did happen, and I don't.
Well, I'm disputing your story.
It's truth. You're disputing the facts. Cute.
But just like Naya said,
that's how facts turn into lies. That's how the truth turned into lies.
Well, that's because it is a lie. Because if it's not happening,
how do you just facts? Facts are facts. Facts is the truth. That's it. There's nothing else you can speak.
Richard just said also he just said it. They're not checking it. The ones he probably got on.
But that wasn't my story. I didn't say they were or not. That's not my story. I said it says essential workers only on the side of the bus, and it's gone all the way to that they're not checking IDs. I didn't say that. This is Naya's story.
Well, this was the beginning when she got on. This was the beginning of the COVID. In the beginning of the COVID, she was.
I had no idea they were checking IDs.
So now I don't know.
But see, at the beginning, they just maybe a couple weeks into it.
Yeah.
On the front of the bus anymore, you had to get on the back of the bus. You couldn't.
But now I don't know. I don't know how they doing it.
So now you don't even pay to get on the bus anymore.
Yeah, you don't. No,
the back of the bus. Don't. That's why I'm saying this may have been what the process or the procedure was, but I'm gonna say most of the buses that I've gotten on, I've probably gotten on the bus maybe 4 times in this process.
Mm-mm.
They haven't been checking. You just had to get on the back of the bus.
Right. Yeah, I don't know now how they doing it, but I do know it still say essential workers on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do know that.
I guess that was why you said it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I
actually had to call MTA to get a refund because I normally catch the bus just in the morning to get to work, and I had bought a monthly pass just to get to work, so they had to refund me the prorated rate of when I was last using it, but they ain't been checking it that I know of. I'm gonna say
that's good. Yeah, that's good though.
But it's gonna bite them in the butt because they gonna raise them prices when this is over. Because they haven't been charging anybody.
And I feel like the restaurants is gonna raise their prices as well when all this is over.
Everything's gonna go up.
But see, that's that part I don't like because they remain open.
Because it's not our fault that this happened.
Right.
But supply and demand. That's what it's called. Supply and demand.
Oh, I guess you gotta pay to pay, huh?
Well, people are buying
had to go up because not necessarily. That's why they were getting rid of food because people weren't buying more. They started food started to spoil. Cows started to die.
That's the farmers.
Humans started fucking cows, apparently.
Yeah, and
oh my God.
Stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
It's okay. Cows started twerking and stuff, so it's okay.
And supply has been more. There's more supply than there is demand. Because with all the restaurants being closed, they're not buying beef, which is why Wendy's stopped buying beef.
That's why they buy frog legs, right?
Gross. But yes. Wendy's, the famous hamburger, Dave's famous hamburger, stopped selling beef.
I think the suppliers are charging them more, so they're passing that fee.
All right, I gotta go because I can't go with his thought process.
Because I don't.
I delivered another fact. He thinks that this has happened. That's the goddamn supply and demand. I can't.
That's crazy.
Get out of my house. Get out of my house.
But because that confuses me. What you're saying. I do believe the suppliers are charging more, but I don't understand how the restaurants would then double prices. I just don't. I don't get it because they've been open.
When did I say anything about them doubling prices? I hate this life. I hate it here.
Because that's what's happening in the markets and a lot of the restaurants. Prices are going up.
I haven't paid anything double yet. I've seen the prices going up. I did see that.
That is very true.
Milk, like I said, milk is now, like in my supermarket, milk was $3.69 a gallon. It's now $4.19.
Eggs went up.
Yeah.
Eggs went up exactly because of supply and demand.
Yeah.
When the demand is high, your prices come down. When the supply and when there's no demand, restaurants aren't buying eggs. Restaurants aren't buying milk. they're not buying all of that bulk stuff that they would do if they had a full restaurant.
Exactly.
That's what I say. Carry out is not fixing the problem for those people that they still are now at half staff.
I'm just saying, it's the restaurant owners that I personally know. Their business flow hasn't changed. Like,
do they do? They're doing carry out and Grubhub. Not all of them can do that. Like Italiano's business has been relegated to their drive-through window and carry out.
Well, I know.
They got a whole dining room that's missing out on action on. They got a whole dining room.
Two of the business owners that I know, they were using multiple platforms, and now they switch off from platform to platform. Like I ordered out today, and on
right, but then their argument is that they can't afford their money is not coming in the way it's supposed to be because they have to pay that extravagant service charge. If you're not a member of Grubhub, you don't get the benefit of free service charges.
Right. Well, I'm not
about me a goddamn Alfredo.
A lot of them have not
dollars for it.
A lot of their business haven't really like. That's what I'm saying. A lot of the businesses here.
But the problem is exorbitant against my pocket, the consumer. It's exorbitant against my pocket because if I order a chicken platter with some French fries and a little soda, it's going to cost me $30 to get it delivered here on Grubhub.
Right.
That's why I said that's starting to come down. People who can afford to pay $30 every day.
Right.
What I see happening, what I see happen, especially here.
And then you gotta accept the EBT, but this is where all money at. They put all the money on my EBT. I've seen it.
Oh
you got an EBT?
Gosh.
Like, huh?
You got an EBT card?
No, but I know people that do. They got full benefits when they weren't getting full benefits at first. Not that that's wrong, but they got full benefits when they was probably working and only getting $16 for the past couple of months. They were getting full benefits. I'm not saying that.
And $100 extra a month. $100 extra dollars a month.
And then how many kids you get that extra bump?
I think because they knew prices went up, so they gave people more money. That's the only thing I can think of. But
it was a pandemic and nobody.
Yeah, I was going to say, but with this corona,
so they gave everybody full benefits.
Yeah,
I understood why they did it, but I'm just saying they couldn't use that on carryout. They had to use that cash money on carryout.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you live in the hood, they might take food stamps. Mama might take food stamps or chicken fried rice.
Right, but they can't do it online. Although Walmart, you can do EBT online. I don't know how it works, but yeah.
Oh.
But you have to pay separately.
What?
So when you go to Walmart and get you can only pick up, or
I think he said online.
No, you can deliver it. You can deliver it, and you can go pick it up.
Oh, so you have to pay separately to get it delivered. Well, they're not going to take your food stamps for delivery fee.
All right. Now I see what you're saying for the delivery.
Allegedly.
You probably got to use the EBT side for the food and the cash side for it. Yeah, it's still probably still the same. I'm sure they probably got it set up that they got to do it EBT cash.
Yeah.
Well, that's smart. That's smart for the elderly that might be on food stamps.
Well, as far as I know, they're the first people that ever did it. That ever was able to get it to work. I guess EBT online.
Next thing you know, it's gonna be Amazon online. You could, people already ordering crabs off Amazon.
I would be surprised if you can't already. They already are part of Whole Foods. So. Well, Whole Foods is a part of that.
I didn't even know you could order crabs on Amazon.
You can order crabs on Amazon? Oh, yeah, she did say you can order crabs.
She said she ordered her crabs on Amazon and she waited 2 days for them to come.
Who did?
It might be in the Instagram. No, she didn't say crab. She said they did a crab boil. I think she said they did
And she got that from Amazon?
Yeah, that's what she said. I said, well, I just went to the store. I wanted mine right then and there. So.
That was going to be the perfect ending, though. I had that set up real good for that ending because I wasn't trying to hear no more of your crap, but I didn't end it in time, so I kept it.
Because you keep talking about these facts, but anybody did not get that.
Yeah, I'm so glad you did that because that is the perfect place to stop. Let me out. Get out of my house. Get out of my house.
I'm just saying. Monty, I've already debunked Like,
Oh my God.